Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on my investing journey and coming to check out one of my favorite pieces of silver with me. Today's quote comes from the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett. If you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you'll work to the day you die. Powerful stuff. If we don't learn how money works, we will die in the fiat mines. Well, let me get started with one of my favorite pieces in the collection. One of my first pieces that I bought. This is the 1 ounce silver Chrysler Bill of Rights round. It is a commemorative issued in 1991 by the Chrysler Corporation to mark the 200th anniversary of the United States Bill of Rights, ratified on December 15th, 1971. The Chrysler Bill of Rights round was commissioned by the Chrysler Corporation, the American automaker, as a limited edition collectible. To celebrate the bicentennial of the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution that enshrine fundamental individual liberties, these amendments including freedoms of speech, religion, press, and protections against government overreach, seen as a cornerstone of American democracy, making the anniversary a significant and cultural historical milestone. The round was not widely circulated, but was offered exclusively to attendees of Chrysler's private screening events, likely or select customers. The rounds were minted by Liberty Mint, a private mint known for producing high-quality silver rounds. The exact mintage numbers are not widely documented in the provided sources, but the destruction of the dies suggests a limited production run. The Chrysler Bill of Rights round is notable for its intersection of corporate branding, numismatic artistry, and historical commemoration. Several nuances contribute to its appeal among collectors. I love silver. I love the history that goes on with it in some of the pieces. This is what really drew me in, and one of the favorite things I like about this round is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we have 1 troy ounce, 3 nines fine silver. We have the eagle on top of the shield. Just one of my favorite rounds. I also want to touch on what I consider to be the first rule of wealth creation. Well, I guess the first one would be to check out, read this book. This is the foundation that I build my stack on. And I wanted to share a passage out of it. Comes out of the first chapter. It begins with two friends. One's a musician, other one's a chariot maker. Musician finds the chariot maker in the backyard next to an unfinished chariot, and he came to borrow a few shekels. And the chariot maker says, "My wallet is empty until the chariot is finished." And they begin to ponder that two men, well off in their careers, and both are broke, not a shekel between them both. This is a little bit of what is discussed. I'll condense a chapter down to a paragraph here. That is true, Kabai. Unpleasant thought that it be. We do not wish to go on year after year living slavish lives, working, 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 getting nowhere. Might we not find out how others acquire gold and do as they do? A new light gleamed in Banzier's eyes. It cost nothing to ask wise advice from a good friend, and Arcad was always that. Never mind though our purses be as empty as the falcon's nest of a year ago. Let that not detain us. We are weary of being without gold in the midst of plenty. We wish to become men of means. Come, let us go, Arcad, and ask how we also may acquire incomes for ourselves. Thou speakest with true inspiration, Banzir. Thou bringest to my mind a new understanding. Thou makest me to realize the reason why we never found any measure of wealth. We never sought it. Wow. You know, I was like those two. I never sought wealth. Um, in many ways, there were barriers. And I'm going to go into that now. And I consider the first rule of wealth creation, as taught in The Richest Man in Babylon, is cultivating a burning desire for wealth, which begins with a mindset shift. This involves overcoming misconceptions, redefining wealth as inner freedom and self-sufficiency, and viewing money as a tool for good. Desire is the starting point, but it must be paired with action and wisdom to transform your relationship with money to unlock true wealth. Desire for wealth requires a fundamental shift in how we view and interact with money. Many are conditioned to view wealth negatively. Some chant, eat the rich. Desire is the first rule of creating wealth, overcoming mental barriers such as fear, guilt, or a scarcity mindset. Block the desire for wealth. To become financially independent, we must overcome these by cultivating a burning desire to learn and take responsibility for our financial future. I grew up as a Christian and often heard money is the root of all evil. I want to correct one of the biggest misconceptions about money. This misquoted phrase, money is the root of all evil, has shaped negative views about wealth, creating guilt and fear. The actual biblical quote is, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And this warns against greed, not money itself. Money is a neutral tool, neither good nor evil, but how we use it defines its impact. The Bible celebrates many wealthy individuals who use their resources for good, providing wealth and godliness can coexist. Far from being evil, wealth enabled them to fulfill God's purposes, challenging the stigma that riches are inherently wrong. Job is one of many examples. True wealth is not about greed, but achieving inner freedom through self-sufficiency, reducing stress, and enabling positive impact. As Jim Rohn said, set a goal to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for the person you will become. Wealth shapes character and opens doors to generosity and purpose. Investing has transformed my life. Investing has made everything in my life better. Less stress, healthier eating, overcoming personal vices. Seeking financial independence is giving me the freedom to live intentionally. Proving wealth's power to improve not just finances, but overall well-being. Money is central to our daily lives. Every transaction, decision, and goal involves it. Yet we are rarely taught how it works. Schools don't prioritize financial literacy, leaving many trapped by misconceptions, fear, and avoidance of responsibility. Desire to learn about money is the first step to breaking this cycle. My opinion is the lower class is taught and guided to be a cog in the machine. Pursuing wealth isn't selfish, it's a moral act when it enables self sufficiency and generosity. Being poor and useless limits your ability to help others, while wealth driven by desire and discipline equips you to make a difference. As we learned, there are many mental barriers to creating a wealth mindset. Use this to be patient with friends and family and coworkers when they look at you funny when you share the joys of investing. Maybe identify their view of money to help connect with them more. Well, thank you for tuning in and joining me. Everyone be blessed and have a wonderful 4th of July.